Hey everybody, happy fall or spring, wherever you might be on this amazing planet. I haven't done a video in a while and I'm really inspired now because I'm taking this phenomenal course called Create Your Destiny. If it ever comes across your radar, I recommend jumping on it. A girlfriend from Australia mentioned it to me and I was blessed because this time it was free. I don't know if he does them free all the time, like on the internet, but William Whitecloud is a facilitator and the author of 3 books, The Last Shaman, The Magician's Way, and The Secrets of Natural Success. And the latter book is the one that goes along with this course. And ultimately, it's about living your life from the creative space of superconsciousness, your higher self, your I am presence, whatever you feel comfortable calling it, and releasing the part of the ego that's your identity, that you have formed since you were a child with your unmet needs. We all have compensating strategies because, let's face it, our parents did the best they could. Some of them didn't do the best they could. But we all learned ways to cope and to survive, and those are your compensating strategies. So, like, for instance, when there's a conflict with somebody and you get triggered, that's your compensating strategy. Do you stand and go through it? Do you yell? Do you run away? Do you try to put it on the other person? Or are you willing to sit there and be in the fire and be vulnerable and allow it to come up? Because really, conflict is the best thing for greater awareness of yourself. It's just the greatest tool for self-awareness. And if you're willing to sit in the fire with somebody, you can just move mountains, And so he really is on a mission to spread this course around the planet. I think normally, like, the videos that we watch and then we get on a live class with him once a week for 6 weeks is a 5-day training. And again, I think I said it was $700, but I got it for free and I just love it. About 725 people signed up initially, and I think now there's 400 and something. Because the reality is, it's really deep work. Like, you go into the shadow work and you start to see where you're holding your patterns, How did you get nurturing from your mom from 0 to 18 months? Or even in the womb, like, what kind of messages were sent to you, in utero that stuck? Was your mom able to nurture you or was she not, For myself, I can see the imbalance in my mother's femininity. She's a more masculine, feminine. And more cold, which always surprises me as a Cancer. But, her parents expected a lot from her and she probably wasn't able to live up. So she felt she had to be tough, right? So there's that aspect of who I am. And then my dad, who's super sweet. And, from ages 3 to 4, maybe 5, you get validation from the father. Does he see you? Does he validate you? My dad totally did. Like, he always loved me up, and was super sweet and spent time with me. But when I look back at it now, he was doing it from an imbalanced space of wanting the love from the feminine. And his mom was pretty much a cold fish. And his own wife is pretty cold. So, of course, here's a little daughter that just adores her daddy. She's going to give him love. And nothing ever inappropriate, but from a space of him being needy and wanting that love. So then, what happens to me? I get this aspect of masculine and feminine that's imbalanced. And I've always known that my path was to, balance that. But the compensating tendency is to look for it outside of myself. And it's not about the other person. It's about me. And so this is such deep work. And you really get the space to sit with your victim mentality, your ego identity, and see how you operate from that. Because you sit in circle with people like I did today. And because we're on the computer, there were 4 of us in a group. So, for about 10 minutes, you're sitting there and these people just go into a quick meditation, dropping into innocence, into the in-no sense of this space of spirit, and they just start reading you. William's work is phenomenal because he talks about just making it up, like making it up as you go. And the more you make up, the more true it is, because the people that reflect back to you what you said to them, they're like, it's spot on. Because you're tapping into that ability that we all have. We're all connected. We're all one field, And really humbling to listen to, the victim, what they see. And then they erase that and you go into your creator. So then now they're reflecting to you and going into meditation and pulling up what they're seeing for you in your greatness, who you really are. And it was so powerful. One of the girls at the end, when we were debriefing with the facilitator today, because we do different Zoom classes in between the course with William, like once a week, and then our own groups that we're with, she was saying it was amazing because she felt really uncomfortable and vulnerable. And she was blown away how people who don't even know her, who just jumped on this course, could see exactly what she was all about. And I typed in there and I kind of laughed. I'm like, yeah, what's that old, saying? You can run, but you can't hide, especially from the other 8 billion of yourself. We're all seeing each other. So if you can allow for that comfort, and discomfort, sitting in that, the most gold can be brought from that. Like William was saying, that he uses this circle work for himself, putting himself in the victim circle and then the creator circle a few times a day, just for life issues that come up, so that he can get more clarity and that he's operating from spirit and not from his egoic identity. So setting the timer and, for longer than you'd be comfortable with, so that stuff really starts to come up and you can look at it from those eyes, and that eventually you just start creating from spirit and not from the compensating tendencies. It's true. He said it, and I've seen the evidence of it. Most adults on this planet are children. They're not adults. They're still operating from the compensating tendencies. They get triggered and they flight or fight, They run, they take off, they engage, whatever it is. But, the reality is, if you really sit in something, you get more clarity. So this course, it's called Create Your Destiny. If you get a chance to take it, I highly recommend it. It is so worth it. It's life-changing. And I am off for the day, so I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend and an amazing week ahead. And on a side note, the astrology is super intense, so just breathe through wherever you are. Much love from the Mount Shasta area.